Hello everyone. So we're back with the month of May's astrological transits. I started doing my own personal spreads for my grimoire, and I have some things that I wrote down that apply to my own direct chart, and I thought it might be interesting to share some of the journal questions that I had for myself that I plan to, sit with the day of these events. Let's get started with May 1st. We have the full moon in Scorpio. Scorpio rules the 8th house, and that is all about really deep, hidden shadow aspects of life, and it is also going to be a pretty intense full moon. Any Scorpio full moon is just going to be a hard-hitting one, but especially with all of that transformational energy that the last few transits from April are sort of leaving us with. And there's definitely a sense of overhaul in certain people's lives. There was 6 or 7 planets, I think, in Aries at the same time. There was sort of that astrological conga line of planets all hitting that first house with, how you present yourself to the world and all of that good stuff I talked about in that video. But basically, this full moon is coming in to sort of help you integrate all of that changed energy. Like I said, it's going to be a pretty intense one, and it might also be another level to your transformation if you are in that particular headspace of doing an overhaul of your life. We also have, on that same day, Mercury conjuncting Chiron. So Chiron is the wounded healer, and Mercury is the planet that rules your mind, communication, and I also equate it a little bit to like curiosity and sort of learning new things. That's sort of the energy that I get from Mercury. It's a student energy. And so with Mercury meeting Chiron, we have this sort of, again, aligning with the integration theme of the full moon in Scorpio. You're integrating the lessons of your past. So you're taking the things that hurt you and use them as tools to refine what it is that you want out of your life. Sometimes the only way to learn what you actually want is to get something that you don't want, and you realize, okay, this doesn't work. I know I don't want this. And it helps fine tune more of your idea of what you want. If you are someone who is a little bit uncertain of what it is exactly that you want or where you're trying to go, this is how you figure it out. And it also could be a time where you sort of have to confront past wounds around criticism, judgment, or feeling like your efforts aren't being appreciated, like you've been overlooked in the past. And moving forward, because again, that's the goal here, is to always be moving forward and not like feel the feelings, allow yourself to hold space for what you felt at the time, but also understand that you have to move beyond it and you have to use what you've been given to grow beyond that. Some of the journal prompts that I have for that full moon and the Mercury conjunction are, what am I holding on to that no longer serves me? Where am I letting a sense of urgency push me out of alignment? Because that is something that is an old wound from being in survival mode and always having to be so independent, I have a thing about get it done. I worked in the food industry for over 10 years, so you have that innate sense of urgency that you have to do things, and I'm learning that I don't always have to do things. One more. I have a lot of journal prompts, but I'm just gonna give you guys some of the really good ones. What are some ways that you have been speaking over your life or yourself that help? And what are some ways that you speak over your life or yourself in ways that are less helpful? With Mercury, there's a lot of there's a heavy emphasis on communication. And so, especially around this time, the words that you say have power. And the words that you say become your beliefs. And so now is the time to really look at the beliefs that you have created from the words that you have spoken or the thoughts that you had. And so I want to journal about that. I feel like I need to. We have next, May 3rd, Mercury is moving into Taurus. So I love Taurus. I do. It's a beautiful sign, ruled by Venus. And Taurus is usually a sign of the second house. And so that is material wealth, that's stability and security and all of the things that we associate with being financially well off and materially well off. Think luxury, right? That's a Taurus, is luxury. And with Mercury moving into the sign of Taurus, we are getting into a more thoughtful and considerate way of communicating and a more grounded approach to communication, because Taurus is earth sign, and I would say probably the earthiest of the earth signs. Again, they're very much in touch with sensory input in that way. This transit is going to be big for anyone with fixed signs: Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, and obviously Taurus, and also Gemini and Virgo because of Mercury, which is their ruler. This feels like you are going to be probably getting into a place of being aware, like taking stock of what's around you and where you are, and considering, is it working? Is it not working? What do I want more of? What do I want less of? Like a lot of that same fine-tuning energy that we were talking about from the full moon. Oh, what did I have for my journal prompt? I have, what groundwork can be laid right now that I can work on for the next 2 weeks, because Mercury will be moving on in about 2 weeks. We have on May 6th, Pluto retrograding. This retrograde is going to be about 2 months, no, more than 2 months, until October 15th. That is a long time. 6 months. We have a 6-month transit of Pluto in Aquarius. So Aquarius rules your 11th house. That is community. It's your humanitarian side, combined with Pluto, which I associate with that darker aspect, the shadow side of things. And so what might be coming up is how you have been relating with others, like community-wise, and your friends and family and things like that. Maybe this could be a time where old wounds come up, or this could just be you thinking back on how it was and how you want to see things change. I have for my journal prompt, one of them is, how do you relate to others, and where can you benefit from examining, assessing, reevaluating those relationships? That's what retrogrades are all about. The reevaluate, review, reassess, all of that. We're going back. So this is more of a time where and with 6 months, this is an opportunity where you can take a big theme such as your relationships with others and sort of break it down into bite-sized little missions along the way that you can handle, like a month at a time. Set a goal for yourself, like, what do you want to work on? We have May 16th, a new moon in Taurus. So this is a good time to set any goals that you have about like money, or it doesn't necessarily have to be money. It could be like, maybe you have been wanting to fix up your home or do things around make your space a little more comfortable and you haven't taken the time for it. This is the time to really sit down and set those goals and make it happen. This is about, again, earth sign, earthiest of the earth, ground. This is grounding. This is taking action. And with that new moon, you have a lot of support for it. And at the same time, we also have Mars conjuncting with Chiron in Aries. So this is turning your pain into purpose. Again, Chiron is the wounded healer. And so whatever planet is meeting with Chiron is going to be directing its energy towards healing of some kind. And with Mars being there, which is a combative, stronger, fierier, is that a word? Fierier? More fiery energy. It's drive, it's purpose and action. So you are going to feel more compelled to make those changes and to actually do that work to move forward. And so this is, again, turning that pain into purpose. I really like that as the tagline for Mars conjunct Chiron, especially in Aries, because Aries is a get it done kind of sign. May 17th, we have Mercury in Gemini. So Mercury rules Gemini, which is going to be a nice little coming together. This is going to feel like you might feel yourself being more magnetic and more charming and more influential than you have been at any other time. There is the potential to lose focus because Gemini can get caught up in that duality and its love for a little bit of everything. And so there is that potential for it. But Geminis are charming. They draw people in because of their multitude of interests. I would say this is also a wonderful time where if you feel like there's something you've always wanted to learn, or if there's something you're curious about, dive into it. Follow that impulse and the urge to learn something new. There's a reason that the impulse is there, and it could lead to something really great. There's only one way to find out, right? May 18th, we have Mars in Taurus. This is a good thing. As I said, Taurus is a very grounded sign. And Taurus is also the bull, which means there is that driven energy, and pairing it up with Mars feels like, they work well together. There's the potential for them to work well together. It's going to depend on you, your stars, and your own personal alignment with that type of forceful, direct energy. But there is the potential there to build something that is going to last, because that's what a Taurus is all about. I always say, if you want to start something, you get an Aries, but if you want to keep it going after it's already started, you get a Taurus to do it. This is going to be where it's a marathon versus a sprint energy with Aries and Taurus. And so we're moving from that sprint, that initial push, into the, okay, now we have to pace ourselves to keep things going at a steady rate where we can succeed so we don't burn out. I think that's the reason why Taurus follows Aries. It's a good progression. Like, you want to start strong and get the fire and the push, but then you need to also learn how to pace yourself so you don't burn out. And that's where Taurus is key, because they like that steadiness. On that same day, we also have Mercury conjuncting Uranus in Gemini. This is an opportunity for some stimulating conversations, because you are probably going to be talking about something that you've never had the opportunity to talk about, something that was interesting to you that, you just haven't had the opportunity to discuss, because it's something really like specific and out there that people don't normally want to get into. You might find yourself having that kind of conversation. This transit also, I think, is going to lend itself to, the good thing about this transit is that there could be shifts in the way that you think and the way that you communicate those thoughts. And again, like I said, this could be you just completely going down a rabbit hole that you've never been down before and discovering something that really aligns with you, that speaks with you. This could also just be someone literally talking about something that you've never heard about that becomes like your new interest, or it aligns you a little bit more with your own path, we'll say. May 19th, Venus will be moving into Cancer. This feels like a softer Venus. Cancer is very maternal. It's very family oriented, and it is very much a nurturing kind of sign. This is, if you are in a relationship, maybe this is a time where you pour into one another in a different way, or more than you have had time to in the past. It's a change in how love is expressed in general. Like I said, it's a softer approach to it. It's more of like an acts of service approach to love. It's also going to change, not just romantically, because Venus is more than just romance. Venus is a lot of different things. But like I said, it is going to soften those things. And it's going to change how you relate to others. Maybe in a more comfortable, familial kind of way than you have in the past. Maybe this is, if you're in a new environment, you sort of start to get a little more comfortable where you are. May 21st, the sun is going to be moving into Gemini. It's Gemini season. I love Geminis, I do. They get a bad rap, but I think they are interesting and really cool people. This is going to be a time where you feel ease in connections, and maybe you start to find yourself aligning with new people that you didn't consider an option before. This is also a time of curiosity and exploring alternative ways of doing things and approaching your life. It's a good thing, especially with Uranus also in that sign at the same time, which is recent. I think it's since the 25th, the 26th, depending on where you are, somewhere in there. But yeah, so we're leaning a little more heavily into that Gemini energy of shifting and progress. On May 22nd, the Sun will be conjuncting Uranus properly. They'll be aligned with one another. And so there is a call at that time to stay open to any shifts or changes and to not shut anything out as, oh, that's not really my thing. It might be. And you might find out that it is, in fact, very much your thing. And you just haven't had the opportunity to explore it. With Uranus and the Sun coming together, this is shining a light on where things can change and where it doesn't necessarily have to be scary or, seen as dangerous. If you're that kind of person where you value you value the steadiness and the sameness and you like that comfort zone, this is shining a light on where maybe your comfort zone is holding you back from something great. And lastly but not leastly, May is a blue moon month. And so on the 31st, we will have another full moon in Sagittarius. I believe because it's not a full moon in the same sign, it's not an astrological full moon, but it is a technical full moon because 2 in 1. Sagittarius energy is optimistic, expansive, very much a shoot for the stars kind of vibe. And while full moons aren't necessarily a time for setting intentions, it is a time to examine where maybe you would benefit a little bit more from the energy of Sagittarius. This is a time Sagittarius is the arrow, that's the symbol that represents it. And so consider this full moon as a time to point your arrow. You don't necessarily have to act on it right now, but start laying the groundwork, start, figuring out your alignment. Do an alignment check with this full moon. I like the concept of an alignment check every now and again, where you sit down with yourself and you're honest about, this is what I want to do. Am I doing the things that will get me to that point? And if not, what could I be doing? That is what I have for the month of May. Thank you for sitting with me through this one. Let me know what transit you're looking forward to and which one you might be dreading a little bit in the comments down below. You can also follow me on my Instagram at GratefulGhosty. And if you enjoyed this video, throw your girl a like. And if you aren't subscribed yet, subscribe, because I'm a nice person. And you enjoy my work. I don't know. I'm working on the self-promotion aspect of this whole thing. I am really working on it. But I will leave you with a thank you for sitting with me. I hope that you enjoy your weekend, and I hope that you have a wonderful month of May. My roommate's cat is going crazy right now. She's hyped up. I don't think you can hear it, but she's out there rustling around with something. Okay.